The number of children abducted and taken abroad by a parent has doubled in the last decade. One mother has spoken to Sky News about her pain and helplessness after her husband took their 2 children to Libya. Well, joining me now in our central London studio is Meena Enawalla from the charity Children and Families Across Borders. Good afternoon. Why do you think it has increased so significantly, the number of children being abducted and taken away by a parent?
There's an increase generally because of mobility, of families moving across borders, reasons for relationships or for migration purposes. And unfortunately and sadly, this is yet another case where a marital breakdown has resulted in a child being abducted.
What are the cases, Meena? How likely is it that the child or children are ultimately returned?
It's very difficult with the situation in Libya. Before the political uprising, our charity we were working very closely with the Libyan ministry in charge of children's welfare, and we were able to run a programme to take predominantly mothers who'd had their children abducted to Libya so that they could have contact with their children. And this would happen maybe once a year or every other year. Unfortunately, we do not have any organisation in Libya in order to carry out and continue this work. But we are happy to work with the ministry both in England and in Libya in order to try and find some solutions to this increasing problem.
Is there more that can be done here in the UK to stop, in the first place, these children being taken out of the country?
We would encourage, where there are relationships involving parents or partners from another country, to seek some advice in the event that there is marital breakdown. I mean, it's not uncommon now for couples to have prenuptial arrangements around their finances, and we would encourage that there is advice sought about what would happen in the event that there is marital breakdown, and it involves custody. It's not the kind of thing that people normally want to talk about at the beginning of a relationship, but it's certainly something that can be discussed, and it can help to prevent child abduction.
Just heartbreaking that the story being told by the lady that spoke to us, pain and helplessness, many stories like that. How can you help these women? It is largely women, as you point out. What support and help can you offer them when they feel so helpless?
It's very difficult. I mean, this is a really sad, another sad situation. In the case of Libya, we are happy to work with officials in Libya to try and come to some sort of a resolution. What's encouraging in this country is that the judge in this case has made this a public case, and that this is raising awareness. The question, I suppose, is, has the judge got somebody that he can talk to in Libya? If those sorts of steps can be taken, it would be useful to begin negotiation. One of the things that we've learnt when we were out in Libya in 2010 is that the hierarchy for custody in Libya is actually not that different to the UK or in England.
Okay.
Mothers firstly have custody of children in Libya, and we would urge the family in Libya to maybe think about coming to some sort of a decision and looking at the sort of what would normally happen if there was a custody dispute in Libya.
Okay.
And think about the children's best interest.
Meena, interesting to talk to you. Thank you very much for your perspective on this. Thank you.